Charlie Mullins sparks controversy with comments about Angela Rayner, what he said on air. You might have missed it, but something pretty wild just went down live on air. Businessman Charlie Mullins, yes, the Pimlico Plumbers boss turned political commentator, made headlines again. This time, for what he said about Angela Rayner. It happened fast. One moment, it was just another political panel discussion, the kind of thing you've probably seen 100 times. But then Mullins leaned forward and dropped a comment that instantly changed the entire tone of the broadcast. And now everyone's talking. Let's break it down. It all happened during a live radio segment on GB News, where Mullins appeared as a guest alongside other commentators to discuss Labour's internal dynamics, the upcoming election, and the controversy swirling around Angela Rayner's recent financial scrutiny. Now, to be clear, Rayner has not been found guilty of anything. But in the current political climate, perception matters, and that's what this conversation was all about. Mullins, never shy about his views, didn't hold back. After one panelist mentioned public frustration with politicians seeming out of touch, Mullins jumped in with this. People aren't stupid. They're watching Angela Rayner, someone who claims to represent working-class values, but they're seeing property disputes, council tax questions, and a party leadership too scared to be honest about it. Boom. You could feel the energy shift. The host tried to move on, but it was too late. The clip was already being clipped, shared, and debated on X, formerly Twitter, before the segment even ended. And it didn't stop there. A few minutes later, Mullins doubled down. I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. If this were a Conservative MP, they'd be forced to resign. But Labour's playing politics with the rules. Now, whether you agree or not, that's a big statement. Angela Rayner, the deputy leader of the Labour Party, is no stranger to controversy. She's also one of the party's most vocal and recognizable figures, celebrated by many for her blunt honesty, sharp wit, and unapologetic working-class roots. But her rising profile also makes her a target. And lately, the pressure's been building. Just last week, questions resurfaced about her property declarations and how they align with her public statements. The Conservative Party has been quick to pounce, demanding investigations, while Labour leadership has insisted there's nothing to hide. Rayner herself addressed the issue, saying, "These are desperate distractions from a government that's failed on every front. I've always been transparent and I welcome any review." Still, the story hasn't gone away. And now, with Mullins jumping into the conversation live, emotional, and unscripted, the flames have been reignited. The public reaction? Mixed, but intense. One viewer tweeted, "Charlie Mullins said what a lot of people have been whispering for weeks. Why is Rayner not being held accountable like others would be?" Another countered with, "Mullins has no business lecturing anyone about values. Rayner's earned her place. End of." And someone else hit back with, "Funny how they always go after outspoken women in politics. Never fails." Even Labour insiders reportedly weren't thrilled. One unnamed senior Labour figure was quoted off-record as saying, "Charlie Mullins doesn't speak for working people, he speaks for himself. This is political noise, not substance." But noise or not, it's now part of the conversation. And in an election year, that's everything. The truth is, this isn't just about what Mullins said. It's about the larger moment we're living in. Voters are frustrated. Politicians are under scrutiny. And the media, they're struggling to keep up with the pace of outrage, real or manufactured. Rayner is a powerful symbol for some, a breath of fresh air in a stale political system. For others, a lightning rod who reflects everything they distrust about modern politics. So when someone like Charlie Mullins throws gasoline on that fire, it spreads fast. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't the first time Mullins has caused a stir. He's famously outspoken, politically unpredictable, and often uses his platform to say the things most public figures wouldn't dare say out loud. And while that can make for viral moments, it also raises serious questions. Are these comments helping the conversation? Or just fueling division? Is it fair criticism? Or just more political theater? And most importantly, how will this affect Angela Rayner's momentum heading into the next phase of Labour's campaign? One analyst on LBC summed it up like this: "Angela Rayner's strength has always been her authenticity. But right now, that strength is being tested not by policies, but by perception." And maybe that's the takeaway here. Politics today isn't just about what you do. It's about how it looks, how it's spun, how it plays on a loop across TikTok, YouTube, and X. Mullins gave the press a headline. But it's up to the public and Labour voters to decide what to do with it. So as this story unfolds, keep watching, keep questioning, and ask yourself, is this a legitimate challenge to a future leader, or just another distraction in the never-ending game of political optics? One thing's certain, it's not the last time we'll hear Angela Rayner's name in a headline. And with Charlie Mullins back in the media spotlight, the next few days could get even messier.